I consider myself a pretty skeptical person. I always try to find logical explanations for the things that happen to me, and trust me, a lot of things do, but in my mind, everything has a rational cause, a gust of wind, some noise from the street, stuff like that. And yet, there's one thing that, to this day, I just can't explain. This happened about 10 years ago. I had just gotten my driver's license, and my weekend plans quickly turned into cruising around with my friends, seeing where the road would take us. One of those days, we ended up in a small mountain village. There wasn't a single soul on the street, the whole place was completely deserted. After wandering through the village's narrow streets, we found a local bar. The place looked frozen in time. A group of old men were playing cards while an ancient TV, older than any of us, played a VHS tape of a ventriloquist's comedy act. Yeah, VHS. We walked up to the bar and asked if there was anything worth seeing around the area, a castle, a lagoon, something interesting. The bartender, not too enthusiastic, told us there really wasn't much. But then he lowered his voice a little and said that if we were looking for something different, we could follow a path heading north out of the village. Up in the mountains, there used to be an old asylum. People called it the Madman's Peak because of how high up it was. Of course, we had to check it out. The road was a winding dirt path that climbed the mountain. It took us about 40 minutes to get there. And then we saw it, a massive, crumbling building rising out of the mountainside. The facade was covered in graffiti, most of the windows boarded up. The main gate was wide open, as if inviting us in. We had no idea what to expect. But the moment we stepped inside, everything changed. The air grew heavy, like it was getting harder to breathe. The first thing we saw was a large entrance hall with two corridors, one to the right and one to the left. There was also a spiral staircase leading to the upper floors. The silence was absolute, even the wind didn't dare come in. We started walking through the corridors, shining our flashlights around. Eventually, we found a big room that looked like it might have been a dining hall. That's when we heard it, the sound of a chair being dragged across the floor. We froze. We started scanning the room with our lights, trying to find where it came from. The room was pitch black, and our flashlights started nervously in every direction. Then we heard it again, louder, more violent this time. We all pointed our flashlights at the same spot, a single chair, sitting alone in the middle of the room. It hadn't been there before. I swear. And then, without warning, the chair flew straight at us. We barely managed to dodge it. We ran. We didn't look back. We jumped into the car and drove off as fast as we could. No one said a single word on the way back. And we never spoke about it again.